Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right, so just getting on. I got a couple things to do in real life today, but I also got to get on the Stam Sork and try to get his Undaunted finished. Today, I'm going to give you guys my ritual. So I have a ritual, right? If you want to maximize your potential as far as getting gold and rare materials, you want to do the daily writs. Okay? I mean, this is for more newer players or players who, focus. So let me tell you, it takes about an hour for me to do this. Right? It does. It really does. So I'll pick up the writs. I will do them. And I like the fact that Zos kind of like gave the materials. So you're kind of like, oh, okay. And you just kind of go through it, right? But the biggest thing about doing your writs is when you turn them in, you earn gold. You can also learn experience in that craft, so even if you have lower level, and that's once again why it's important to break material down at lower stages, because you're banking that material for your alts. Okay, so you really want to take advantage of breaking material down, because the more experience you get into your craft, the more you're going to get higher grade material, and then you're going to run out of lower grade material, right? So there's also a trick where you can just stage each of your alts and then have certain alts at certain material grade level so you can harvest them if you wanted to do that. Okay, now on the food, not everybody has provisioning on my account. So that's another thing as well. But I always come in here, check my provisioning, because I might need to make it and I might not. Now, another thing to note is in your skills, even if you never level tunes up and you start leveling the craft up, get the hirelings. Get them. You want to get every hireling that you can possibly possess in each, where you see mining hireling, you get your woodworking, your clother, and your provisionary hirelings. Make sure you get those. Very, very, very important, because they also will deliver materials to you up to twice a day. But you have to log on with the tunes at least to get them. Okay, so just a heads up. I really hate using Columbine, but right now it's one of my... And then we'll do the... And then I'll switch tunes. Now, you don't have to level it up to 50 to get the rare materials. You can be like a level 1, do the writs, and there's still a chance. It still has the same chance to yield a rare material. So really important that, like I said, that you get it in. You want to take advantage of it. Now with all of this, I'll make around 3K. With the other ones, I'll make 2K a pop, and then I'll bank it later on. And if you have, and make as many alts as possible to do this. Even if you don't play the alts, even if you do not play on those characters, make them just for the simple purpose of this. Even if you focus on one character, do it for this reason alone. And let me tell you something, if you don't do the master writs, those can earn you a lot of money. So let's say you don't have a home, you don't care to have all of these chests or these sparring dummies, you can get the master writs and then sell those if that's not your thing. And then of course I'll get some material back. There's a writ. Surveys. Now, I keep surveys on my main. If any other character earns a survey, I bank it and then I put it on my main because they scale. Yep. And then any breakdown material goes in the bank. Why? So my other tunes can deconstruct it and earn more experience. So then I can just deconstruct it from the bank. So I earned about a little over 3K on that.
Stranger, may we speak?
Got some surveys out of it. I'll go to the bank.
If you're looking,
Let's hope I can deposit. Yes. And then I'm going to look at any deconning stuff that I might have earned. Like this, that's a higher experience point. That's all sellable stuff. And you start banking up pretty fast. I didn't think I got anything. No. Nope. All gold. Alright. And then I just come back up and then I deposit money into the bank. And then I spend it. I deposit it, then I spend it. It's how it goes in life. You thought Elder Scrolls was different? No. You make it to spend it. You know, what's a funny thing I used to do in life? I used to talk about debt consolidation and all that. So now I'm going to go ahead and I always keep about 3K, between 2 to 3K on each tune as much as possible. Okay, now I come into my mail and my hirelings brought me some goodies. Then I switch tunes and I repeat the process. So this is a really good way just to keep the gold flowing in, the rare materials popping off. It's time consuming. I have 12 characters here, but let me tell you something. You can literally make a ton. I mean, if you figure 2.5 on the average, right? That's a nice bit of chunk of change, and it just for an hour of your time if you have it. Now, if you're a busy person, obviously you want to maximize your time efficiently doing what you need to do on your main character. But if you have a little time extra, this is something you want to divert it to, because you just get rare material for upgrading your gear or to potentially sell to other players on a vendor, and potentially get writs. Do those towards obtaining items you want for your house, like extra storage space, sparring dummies, crafting stations, or you know, it goes on and on and on. So I always do my mounts at the end of the day. So you'll always see most of my characters logged out by the mount station. So morning ritual, craft stuff, log them here, then come back down, and then of course do my mounts. Try to keep them separated. So I log in twice a day. It forces me to log characters in twice a day. Why? Because I want those hirelings to send me goodies. And then once again, I just repeat the process, just on a different tune. Now see, now he doesn't have everything unlocked, so I just kind of go with what he's knows. And that's another thing you can do when you get style books, like the basics, like Nord, Khajiit, and that. Save them for your alts. And then when they know them all, you can sell them for like a couple hundred. They're not really that expensive. Now, he doesn't have provisioning or alchemy yet. He has just the main three and enchanting. So he'll get 2 points something roughly. And then I just come over here, craft up my rune and turn in. And now before I log, oh yeah. Now we're gonna break that down. Now you can see he's still a lobby. So I need to earn more skill points. Need to get more sky shards and level him up. But he's still only level 28. I'll still get the same amount of gold and experience though.
Hold. Speak to me before entering Mournhold, citizen.
Oh. I'm gonna come over here. Now we got 2.7k gold on that one. Not including what we sold. Now, I always, on the low levels, I always go back in and check their crafting levels to see if I need to decon any. So he's 50 on everything, so I don't have to worry about it. But once again, then I repeat. I could go sell the stuff now to the vendor. This way, if it doesn't slip my mind, then I could come over here, what I earn for the resale. And then I deposit my money.
Take pride in your work, I always say.
Open for business.
Goes in the bank, and then it gets spent. And it goes on and on and on. And this takes literally, I got probably about 8 tunes, or no, about 7 tunes right now that do this. And that takes about almost an hour of time.
If you're looking for the bank.
So is it time consuming? Yes. Is it worth it? Absolutely. We'll just put 4 in there. Now we're gonna go back in, and of course our hirelings didn't bring me much, but every little bit counts. They also have a chance of bringing you rare materials. Might be 1 or 2 at times, very infrequently, but very worth it, especially when it comes to the provision, and you really want to get at least 2 or 3 tunes on that, because you get your Frost Miriam and your other rare crafting material to craft that. Except row. I've never seen the hireling bring perfect row. So I think perfect row you still have to obtain, by fishing or other means. But I've never seen one bring me perfect row yet. Once again, you see him at the mounting station, the stables. Most of my characters are there. It's just a routine. This is how I used to get everything. Did I level all of my tunes equally? No. But the first thing I wanted to do, get the rinse. Get them certified. If you think to yourself, I'm not going to be a crafter, even if you do not craft, listen to me. You can still decon, get the materials, and still earn money this way. You don't have to craft if you don't want to craft. All right. Now you can see he's at a way lower level. We're still working on getting him all situated. But that's why it's important to get those low-level materials once again. Just because I'm up 50 doesn't mean that my crafting's up that high. All right. I know, this is crazy. I don't have anything to extract. And as you can see, they're pretty much all the same daily. And that's normal. Doesn't mean I get the same stuff. Because I got, like, surveys on the one and the other one I didn't. So that's kind of randomized. There's a survey. And then we got down some breakdown material. Okay. Now he's only got 3K on him, but he does have a survey. So I don't have to deposit gold with him, but I definitely want to deposit that survey. Another thing I want to go ahead and do is break stuff down with that tune. Oh. So I think his clothing's good. I don't need to break down with that, so I'll save it for other tunes. His blacksmithing needs work. Let's see if I did anything on that. Nope. So there's nothing in there really for him to break down. There's one item. And once we get enough skill points, then we'll start leveling him up as well. I might stage him one lower and then stage another one, 2 lower. Why? Because I get more material. I can get the material, keep it, even. Because at higher levels, like if I want to do them all, that's fine. But then I'm going to have to take one day out of my week to go harvesting. Because I'll run out of material, crafting material.
If you're looking for the Bank of Mournhold.
So the only thing I want to deposit is that survey. And then I could switch my tune and then check my mail. And there's the survey. Check the mail, switch the tunes. Next. And it's pretty much just the way it keeps going, man. Like, the funny thing about it is I've known players who play for years. And they are aware of the writs, right? But I don't think they understand, like, even if they don't have a player house, even if they don't want crafting stations, even if they don't, I don't know why they wouldn't want the extra storage. But for some reason, a lot of new and older players will not do the writs as much. They'll do it on one tune, two tunes. And I'm like, do them on all of your tunes. Maximize that potential. Is it time consuming? Yes. Will it take at least an hour of your day to pull away from? Yes. If you ain't got that time, I do not blame you. It's very, 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 it's a chore, but it's a very profitable chore because you can earn a ton of money throughout the week. And if you aren't farming to resell gear like some players, to me, farming and selling is way more time consuming than this. Way more time consuming. Like people farming for stuff to put on the vendors is way more time consuming. All right. See, I only have 183 ruby ash. So probably tomorrow I'll be out there, probably even tonight, because I'll need it by tomorrow. So it tells me, hey, you have less than 200 of a material. Great. Got to do it. Ruby ash is always going to be your indicator. You're always going to have that's going to be typically your less material. I always recommend never going under, once you get around the 200, go farm resources. I always farm in different areas at times, but if I'm needing any Nirnholm or Nirn Krugs, it's always Craglorn. If I do not, then I can pretty much have a pick of a litter of different zones. And once again, it's all about the population of that zone at the time, because if the population is pretty high, then I'll usually refrain, and then I'll go to one of the other DLC, the lower DLC zones that aren't being played as frequently, to go harvest. And Craglorn's good if you're needing Nirnholm for harvesting, because that's where you find it. But if you don't need it at the time, there's a lot of people competing for it. There's a survey. Nice amount of little chunk. Check my mail. Once again, he's not too over the 3K, so I don't have to worry about that, but I do have the survey. So we will dump the survey off. And then I'll spend one day a week, not every day I do them. I stack them to do them on one day. And then one day I'll take my time and then I'll do my surveys. You can sell, I don't think you can, yeah, you can sell surveys too. But I keep them. Because why? Because I need the material.
If you're looking for the...
So once again, but if you're going to do this, you're going to need to harvest, and those surveys come in handy. So I haven't even opened those. I'll need to break that down. Sell stuff. Breakdown material goes in too. So if you're max level and you see that, see all that breakdown material goes in the bank as well. Okay. A little lag by my provider. Alright, now switching tunes again. And I think you guys kind of get this idea of how it's rinse and repeat, and we just go from one to the next to the next. And is it time consuming for me? Absolutely. Every day. Very much so. It's very profitable though. And if you're going to be an Elder Scrolls player, definitely take advantage of this. Definitely. So I'm going to probably end this stream and then I'll finish this very monotonous daily, because these are dailies, out of the way. But definitely take advantage of it. And then when I get back on a little bit later, we will do some dailies with the stamp sort. Alright, once again, I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs. As always, have a nice day.